The following program is meant for adult audiences only. If you are easily offended, you are choosing to be offended by continuing to watch. If jokes upset you, whether bad or good, you might end up crying. Being a bitch in life is difficult, I imagine, but you must find a way to continue. For all the haters and lurkers, hope you enjoy the show. For the bigot army, enjoy the show. Don't be a pussy.
そうだ。テレビつけてもいいぞ。
冒険アニメ。
よりによって。
サイレンサー付きの拳銃だと。
ワクワク。
Here we go! Mucha lucha, mucha lucha. It's the way of life.
There is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call
the Grifter Zone.
Good moo! Oh, you found your moo!
My crew is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's 'cause Jesus Christ is.
Man, I want to get drunk in a hotel room with you.
That might be taken
Crazy.
out of context.
Gay, gay, gay.
Oh. Hypno. How is it my fault? What? The bragging gifted this and I'm immediately called an anti-Semite? Come on, dog.
Bruh.
What are these characters? Nazi furry? Hypno, why would you do this to me? Said, welcome to Goonergate. Protect your booty hole.
What's up, nerds? It's Alyssa Mercante, Kotaku senior editor, and
nobody even wants you here.
And I would take her to Chili's, maybe. You know, like, genuinely, I just want the best for her. Genuinely.
Listen, if it was consensual and you didn't hate the Jews, I'd fuck the shit out of you. I would.
What did he say? People are gonna clip that. You know that I don't.
Clip it. I know you don't. Come on. But that's the thing. Why can't we have fun?
Bruh.
That's an interesting way of putting. That makes sense.
He's jealous. Fuck yeah. Been knew I was that bitch. I didn't need a man to tell him to fuck.
And Hypnotic again, member for 1 month. Thank you. Enjoy First Berserker. What's that black stuff between an elephant's toes? Slow natives. Wait.
Wild.
Yeah. On the other end of the spectrum. Yes.
Okay.
I'd say that goes out of dad into dark, but sure, yeah.
Definitely dark.
Somebody replies and it says, "This is embarrassing." And he says, "Not as embarrassing as your take on trans kids. It was not researched. It was cruel and it had no basis in facts. So forgive me if I don't take all your takes that seriously." Who's this person?
Bruh.
Look at the fucking thumbnail. God of Cock Meltdown. Oh my God, look at this. Oh man. Yeah, sure. Trans kids, for sure, man.
Right, but you're giving an opinion on an article with a headline that's inflammatory. So the fact that you're giving an opinion on what's on screen,
Did I focus on the inflammatory nature of the headline?
Well, can I assume that everything in this article you would agree with?
You shouldn't assume. It makes an ass out of yourself and me.
Okay, so
down his timeline, you're gonna see a lot of ass and titties. Okay, me on my Twitter timeline, you ain't gonna see none of that. As a matter of fact, like I can show you, I can scroll down my entire news feed on Twitter. Why would you ruin my point? I'm trying. God damn. Why would you ruin it? I didn't do that. I don't know who this chick is. Why would you do that? I can't even edit it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Someone you love been canceled? Have you been the target of online harassment because of something you said or refused to be compelled to say by the mob? Did you mistakenly think you could be an individual, form your own opinions, and keep all of your friends? Did your social credit score tanked because you had a conversation with, subscribe to, or follow someone who suffers from wrongthink? Have you been called a literal Nazi because you think taking care of one's physical health is important? Have you tried apologizing for your transgressions only to find out you actually poured gasoline on the they-them flames? Have you ever had a politically incorrect thought or, heaven forbid, made an off-color joke? Well, we here at the Office of the Cancelled are here for you. As a member of the club, we offer exclusive trading cards, flak jackets, lapel pins, access to bomb shelters, as well as audio tracks from based artists that are sure to pump you up for a day at the range and get some of that much-needed two-way therapy. Remember, folks, you're only canceled if you let yourself be canceled, and every one of those collectivist NPCs can go fuck themselves.
Eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. 15 years have I been waiting to sit up on my throne.
I'll wait some time because the longer we wait, like the more realistic it'll be, you know, when he comes back to life. The touch of the black man in a woke story. The God hand shining down, shining upon thee. White man as you lay down. Cis white man and couple in background. Understand the power of a black man is a God hand.
Pro-black Twitter!
Breathe life into you. One touch is not enough from greatness. One touch from the black man. Watch me do it again. Kneel and be amazed at the touch of the black man. I bring life. I bring life.
Pro-black Twitter hoes!
That's right! That's right!
Robocock, don't clip that, no!
Bruh.
Oh God, that's getting clipped.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Oh shit. I was doing so good tonight too.
I'm tired of you! Drop, retard. Robocock. Bring out the bonus.
Good job, Daddy, not going on that incel show. I'm going to buy you that Switch too now.
That's racist!
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Hypnocast. That's right, we are live, boys.
We're live. We're going to dive down the rabbit hole that is known as the internet. But before we do that, bring it in very close. Come on, man. Bring it in close. We got a lot we got to talk about. We got a lot we got to go over. There's so much happening. So much happening. We got another studio closure, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. And ironically, it's one we predicted all the way back in 2024. It's amazing, man. Come on, bring it in close. Let's go. Hurry up. Help the fatties. Listen very closely. If you're watching on YouTube, like the stream. Let's go. Like it. Make this the #1 live stream ever. If that's even possible. Like the stream. If you're watching on Rumble, like the stream. If you're watching on Twitter, like the post. And if you're watching anywhere else right now, you service Dan Clancy under his desk 24/7. Don't let it happen to you. Don't let it happen to you. Can I get a mic check, please? Mic check. People are like, what the fuck? Mic check, titty check, balls check. What are we checking, man? What are we checking today? God, ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot we got to go over, man. We got a studio closure that, I predicted all the way back in, how long ago was it? Let me see. I actually have the tweet pulled up. Damn, June 5th of 2024. That's insane. And here we are in the last day of the month. Proven right in 2025. It's unbelievable. What else are we checking today? Teriyaki chicken wings? Nice. I want that. Nintendo attorney check? Well, there you go. Canceled Gamepass check. We're going to talk about that. Done writing a 2K chapter. Nice. Hypnos Damas check. Very nice. Happy birthday to me. Yay. Happy birthday to Timebound Howler. Shout out to Timebound Howler, man. Happy fucking birthday, dude. Everybody, let's get the cake emojis in the chat right now. Happy birthday. Bowl of pasta check. Very nice. I like cheese check. Very nice. Spooky manga time. Hell yeah. October's coming, baby. Smash JT making collective shout panic check. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Buy you that Switch 2 check. That's hilarious. Legal mindset clowning Nintendo check. Absolutely. We got to talk about it. Clancy lockjaw syndrome check. Fair enough. And birthday cake emoji check. All right, guys, listen, our ESG scores are at their maximum. We are fully funded. Like the stream. Let's do the Bigot Army roll call. Let's see who is in this chat right now, aside from former Kotaku Eurydice, Black Samurais that unfortunately existed at one point but no longer do, and people that hate watch me 24/7 and yet still find time to service Dan Clancy under his desk. Every ball, every hair licked. Finally. I'm just saying, that's just what they do. We got Matthew Watson, Timebound Howler. Happy birthday again. We got Colonel Rub, Yamato 85. We got Flip Shazam. We got Colonel Rub again. We got Cammy White 300. Vardamus, Beautiful Zexel, Carradine Schuster, Courageous Kirsten. We got Mr. Melancholy, T-Jazz Arden Comics, Umbra. We got P Drake 10, Review Big Cheese 200, Romanizer 24, Captain Killer Guns, Magni. We got Monkey Man 04, Ali Kusanagi, Blanca, Black Tailgate, Hypno Buddy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Matt Fun Cool, Triple J Jr., Hypnotic and Rapture, Commander Sonok, Old Man Cad, Melody Johnson, Roll Some Joint, Ron DFK. We got Stin Rocks. We got Jumpy 9. We got The Voice in the Water, Deku Leader. We got Luck E. We got, who else is here? Hound, Frenchie 07. We got Flip Shazam, Kelly Marie 999, Creepier 07, Blue Octopussy, Codex Pop, Alucard, Radio Chimp, 17 Crash, Nick Havoc. We got Bud the Legend, who's officially retired. Congratulations, Bud. Like I said earlier, man. Fucking epic, dude. I'm so happy for you. The Gaming Wolf 87, Mugo, Mr. Cougar 9. We got Shadowcat, Tizzy. Michael Reinhardt, Democulus over on Rumble. We got Dark Exile, the legend. You got Sable Phoenix. You got Dwayne. What's up, Dwayne? We got, who else is here? Let me scroll down. God of the Sea, Dragon Master, King Demon Wing. He says, I hate being sick. Oh, man. I hope you feel better, bro. I hope you nuke that shit out your system, bro. Just get it out. Get it out. I don't know what you're sick with, but get it out. Cicaloco. Who else is here? Kyle Reese, Deku Leader. We got Draconic over on Rumble. All right, 4 more people, boys. 4 more, and then we got to get on with the show. Come on. Felstev. We got Lionheart. Doubles Nebula over on Rumble. We got Pietro. What's up, man? How you doing, brother? Thank you so much again for all the gifted games on Griffcast, man. That was insane. Shout out to you, bro. I will definitely get on those. Scott. We got Anti-Federalist Pain over on Rumble. We got Marty Tiberius O'Donnell. We got Mughal, Ryan. We got Shout Spieler. We got Kenshin Himura. Raven Rainfall. Shinville. We got, who else is here? Scroll down. Anubis Hades with the peekaboo. Saint Smash. We got Valmedic the Sequel. Says hi. Hello. And last but not least, we got Dark Mages. This is Sparta 9000. Schizosaurus. Drake. And we got Adam Jubin on Rumble. And we got Yusef. Yeah, that's all I know how to say. All right, guys, I called out as many people as I possibly could. Let's sacrifice a fellow Bigot Army member. And let's see who is going to get the final call-out money shot today, boys. It's the last day of the month. It's the last day of the month, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make this a good one. Let's make this a good stream with a massive money shot starting with Old Man Cad. He says, booty hole protected by Mercanti's ugly face because no one can nut on that. Go down ×7, obliterating all protections with Sonia's anal beats. No lube in hours of Yamato poetry. Fuck your feelings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did you really have to did you really have to show everybody your coffee during the money shot segment? Like, did you, or were you trying to look for like cream in the coffee? Like, is that what you were trying to do? Were you trying to look for cream in the coffee? I'm just trying to understand the logic, right? Like, things are dangerous. Things are dangerous during the money shot. Like, why are you holding out your coffee? Why are you holding out your coffee? God damn it, man. Colonel fucking Ruv, man. He says, I just wanted my coffee. But why would you do it now? Congratulations to Colonel Ruv. Again, you're starting to get them a lot, man. You are the recipients of the money shot today.
What the?
I think he wanted cream for his coffee. That's what I honestly think it is. I think he wanted cream in his coffee. Otherwise, I don't really know how to make sense of it. All right, guys, listen, we got a lot we got to talk about today, as we always do. All right, we're gonna have a good time on this stream. It's the last day of the month, so let's try to have a good one. The main story for today is going to be covering the closure of Avalanche Studios. This is a studio that was working alongside SBI. It has been proven many times over, even though SBI has tried to delete all evidence of them working with many different studios. We have screenshots we got to go over. We actually talked about the layoffs that affected Avalanche Studios a year ago, all the way back in June of 2024. We talked about it, and now apparently after the layoffs, as I predicted, I don't think that was enough to save the studio. And apparently now they're closing down They're closing down their Liverpool studio, and they're laying off employees in 2 other places, which I believe is Stockholm and another place as well. So it's not looking good. It's not looking good for this company. They're basically at death's door at this point. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to go over it and see what's going on there. And then we got, we're going to be talking about a bunch of fast topics. We got Smash JT fighting with Collective Shout. Apparently Collective Shout, remember when I told you guys Collective Shout filed a defamation takedown on one of his videos. Well, apparently they're abusing the system now, and they filed a defamation takedown on 4 more videos. Amongst other people, too, by the way. I think they did it against Jay Viper, too, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about Xbox Game Pass. Apparently, starting tomorrow, people will no longer be able to directly redeem reward points for Xbox Game Pass subscriptions. So you won't be able to continue your subscription with your reward points anymore. And people are not happy about that. People are very upset about that, apparently. Again, I'm not in the Game Pass ecosystem, but apparently a lot of people that are not happy with that. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about EA's new owners. You know, I didn't get to talk about this yesterday, but apparently they are going to be heavily relying on AI to reduce costs, because apparently they have, with this new deal, they have taken on $20 billion in debt. $20 billion in debt as part of this new deal. So they're clearly going to be cutting costs, and, you know, people are going to be fired like crazy. So we'll talk about that and some other fast topics, man. We got Silent Hill Remake, the first one, in full production. We got a couple of funny clips. We got retards of the day. We got some game trailers we want to go over as well. So there's plenty to talk about. A new Simpsons movie, too. What the fuck is that about? Plenty to go over, ladies and gentlemen. But before we do any of that, we got to do the number 2 segment on YouTube. The number 2 segment on Rumble. The number 2 segment all around the world. This segment is none other than the retard of the day.
And here we are. The fate of the planet is in the hands of a bunch of retards I wouldn't trust with a potato gun.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves the retard of the day. And it is none other than Mr. Clancy himself. That's right. Look at this fucking weirdo. Look at this guy, man. He's on. So he went on Kai Cenat's stream, and he decided to give a motivational speech to the youth, because, you know, Dan Clancy has made it very, very clear that he wants to attract extremely young viewers to Twitch, right? So let's go over this motivational speech. Thank God it's only 52 seconds long, because I don't think I could last longer than a minute listening to this fucking guy. And see what he sees. Let's see how he's going to motivate the youth, right? This is the same guy who allows Hassan to radicalize the youth over on Twitch. Let's see what he's got to say about this. And I just love how everybody around him clearly doesn't believe a fucking word he's saying, but they're like, shit, we need to be quiet because this is the CEO of our platform that makes us so much money. So let's see what he's got to say. Hold on, let me scroll back, and volume's up. Here we go.
Go ahead.
All right. This guy looks like he's about to drop the hottest rap album of the year. Look at this fucking guy, bro. Put him on the cover of a rap album.
Here's my motivational speech for all you youngsters out there. Thing to remember is, don't get caught up just in what you achieve. Get caught up in what you try to do, because that's what matters. In the end, celebrate your failures. The only way you're ever going to get 1 million subs is by trying to do it first and failing at something. And then you try again, and you try again, and you try again. So this is just to all those folks out there right now.
Bro, the guy in the back here, whoever this is, he's like, bro, shut the fuck up, man. Nobody's listening to you, bro. Guy's like, this is what I got to do to get these subscriptions. And this dude's in his pajamas.
They're out there trying in their lives, whether they're big or they're small. They're out there streaming on Twitch every day, trying to make something in their lives. I want to give it up for you guys.
Oh. What the fuck was that, bro? What was that? What was the end of that? Like, I want to give it up. I want to give it up to the people who stream every day, who make us money. Thank you so much for continuing to make us money and failing. But, you know, don't give up, guys. Keep making us money. Every subscription counts, even if you only have like 5. All of it counts, guys. All of it counts. What the fuck was that, dude? It's almost as if they had a prompter telling everybody to start clapping, bro. Nobody's listening to this guy, bro. Nobody's like, look at what the chat's saying. The chat is like, I was here. And then they're dropping like the N-bomb and shit. Look at this. Fucking crazy, bro. Unbelievable. Anyway, listen, man. Mr. Clancy, I think instead of trying to reach the youth over on Twitch, your terrorist supporter platform, I think you should be more focused on practicing your speech that you're going to give to Congress in the next couple of weeks, where hopefully they ask you all the important questions about why you continue to have basically one-sided bans on your platform and why you continue to advocate for the open support of terrorist organizations. I guess we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. All right. That's, ladies and gentlemen, the retard of the day. I had to give it to Clancy, man. I had to. There's no way I couldn't give it to him. I saw this clip and I'm like, yep, that's the retard of the day. All right, boys. Now let's do the number one segment on YouTube, the number one segment on Rumble, the number one segment all around the galaxy. This segment is none other than the pre-stream legend.
Money, print money, cash, money, wealth, capitalism, raise a bunch of money, more money, heaps and heaps of money, print money, cash, money, wealth, capitalism, raise a bunch of money, super chat money.
As salty as the sea, calling us no code names. SJW screaming, but it's money they blame. Burning with envy, they're falling flat. They can't handle the sound of a super chat.
All right. It is time for the pre-stream legends, ladies and gentlemen, as we work our way, if we get lucky, we're working our way for the last day of the month to 461 tier 1s in a row and 150 tier 2s in a row. Today's stream, if we get lucky, will be 150 tier 2s in a row. Absolutely insane, boys. We got BioT-Wolf, 19 with a 5. What is a pirate's favorite letter? They usually respond with R, but a pirate's first love is the love of the sea. Thank you, BioT-Wolf. Mr. Melancholy with a 2, Sweet Baby Inc. are the STDs of the game industry. Sounds about right. Thank you, Mr. Melancholy. Then we got Tanya Raven with a 2. Game Pass on Xbox has saved me thousands of dollars. Shout out to Tanya. That's a good thing then. As I always said, man, if people enjoy Game Pass, if they feel like they're getting, their money's worth, then fuck it. Why not? I just don't think it's good for developers. I think it destroys studios, and I think it's like a machine that needs to constantly be fed, and eventually it's just not going to be enough food to feed the machine, and then it's going to die. That's basically it. Tanya Raven with a 2. If I had a PC, I'd go with Steam. PC Game Pass is shit. Yeah, I don't use Game Pass at all. But again, if somebody does, then more power to them. And then this guy, the fucking legend himself, bro. I hope you're feeling better, man. King Demon Wing, dropping a 10 membership mega banger, starting what we hopefully would be a membership train today. King Demon Wing, 10 memberships, and you already know what it means when somebody does the first membership banger of the stream.
Let's get some fucking subs, bitches!
Shout out to King Demon Wing. Thank you so much, brother, for the 10 membership mega banger. You didn't have to, but you did. I appreciate that. And then we got Pietro gifting a membership as well. Shout out to Pietro. Thank you so much for continuing the membership train. I appreciate that, bro. And then we got James Up with the 5 membership banger.
Let's get some fucking subs, bitches!
Shout out to James Up. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. 5 memberships. You got a little bit of a membership train happening today. A little bit. You got a little bit. Then we got King Demon Wing with a 5. What do lawyers wear to work? Law suits. Holy shit, boys. He said law suits. Ain't that some shit? The Mervoth with a 2. Glad to catch you live on my birthday. Enjoying Silent Hill F. Yo, wait, fuck Silent Hill F. Happy birthday to the Mervoth. Let's wish him a happy birthday right now.
Stop it. Get some help.
Shout out to the Mervoth, man. Thank you so much for the 2. I appreciate it. I'm about 50-50 on Silent Hill F. I might even talk about Silent Hill F today. You know, I started the review for the game today on Griffcast, and I gotta be honest with you, man. That there's just something weird about that game. And not only that, the game runs like absolute fucking dog shit. I had to lower the settings to like balanced in order to get it to run decent. It was fragmenting like crazy, had glitches all over the screen, all kinds of shit was going on with that game. I was like, what the fuck is happening with this game? So yeah, I mean, but there are some good things about that too. There's some good things about the game too. So again, it's my first stream. I need to play it a little bit more to get a more of a solid opinion. But right now, it's just not looking that good, to be honest with you. Alucard with a 2 says, who wears sunglasses indoors? Fair. Anubis Hades with a 2. Fuck Mark Kearney. That's right. I said it. Fair enough. Thank you, Anubis. Then we got Colonel Ruff with a 5. To be honest, I wasn't paying attention to chat, so I may have deserved that. Hail, y'all mother effers. Listen, man, like, again, you got to pay attention, man. When you got the money shot going down, the last thing you want to do is be having your coffee cup out so innocently and not protect it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to get sprayed. There's a good chance it's going to get sprayed anyway. Umbra with a 2. What's Hypnotic's favorite Pokemon? Hypno. I've been hearing that for like 3.5 years now. Ali Kusanagi continuing the membership train. Thank you, Ali Kusanagi. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. UFO Omega with a 5. Just an FYI. Will the fans was making fun of Devin Pritchard being a witch, and he immediately gets hit with an earthquake. Might explain why Nintendo went evil. That's crazy. Yeah, man. Shout out to Will the fans. I don't know if you guys saw what happened. But we were all kind of scrambling earlier today in the day because, you know, during Will the Fans live stream, you saw his camera start shaking like crazy, and he turns his camera off, runs and goes to his family, which he obviously should have done, because there was a 7.0 earthquake where he's at, and you know, everything shut off. It was crazy, man. We were worried about him. We were worried about him. But thank God everything's fine. He's fine. His house is fine. His family's fine. But yeah, we were, needless to say, for like 2 hours, we were freaking out trying to figure out if Will was okay. We weren't quite sure. So yeah, it's fucking crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. Shout out to Will the fans. I'm glad you're okay, bro. Then we got Marty Tiberius O'Donnell with a 5 membership bank. Let's get some fucking subs, bitches! Shout out to Marty Tiberius O'Donnell. Thank you so much for the 5 membership banger, continuing the membership train. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. And last but not least on YouTube, we got Clipachu. Clipachu with the 1 membership. Here we go! Mucha lucha! It's the way of life! Mucha lucha! Shout out to Clipachu. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that, man. And then Anubis Hades with a 2. Thank you for saying fuck Canada's Prime Minister live. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm not in Canada, so I don't give a fuck. Shout out. Thank you so much, Anubis. Let's go over to Rumble. Rumble, what do we got? Rumble awake? Rumble's awake today. Let's go. Let's go. Rumble fell asleep a little bit earlier yesterday. Anti-Federalist paying with $1 said, did you hear about the zoo that only has one dog? It's a Shih Tzu. You know what? Maybe it's better they go to sleep. Maybe it's better if they go to sleep. Shout out to Anti-Federalist Pain. Thank you so much for the $1. Adam Juma with $1. I would say the retard of the day is the woman yelling at ICE. Forgot to put her car in park, got out, and her car ended up in the river. Yeah, I saw that clip. I mean, I think she's past the level of retardation, to be honest with you. I think she's just, like, fucking dumb. Like, sincerely dumb. Deidre Connor gives a membership. Thank you so much. Here we go! Mucha lucha, mucha lucha. It's the way of life. Mucha lucha. And then Adam Juma with $1 says, I dropped a video in the Discord of the dumb bitch that is now carless. Yeah, I saw that clip already. I saw that clip. She's like, she's next level fucking retarded. Dead Eyes Lock with $1. I see Collective Gout is taking notes from Nintendo abusing the system. Too bad they're going to take L's just like Nintendo did to a supermarket. Yep. It sure as fuck will. Leon Styles with $8 says, when will the Hypnotic and Smash JT fan art will come out? Probably never. But, you know, you never know. Shout out. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate that. Okay, we are fully caught up, I think, everywhere, right? Yeah, we are fully caught up everywhere. Thank you guys so much, again, for the pre-stream support. We are trying to get to 461 tier 1s in a row and 150 tier 2s in a row. So thank you guys so much again, and we'll see if we can get there. All right, we are going to start off with a funny video today, like we do most of the time, okay? And this video I saw, and I bookmarked this immediately. Like, I had to bookmark this immediately. I've never seen this video up until today. I don't know if it's older or newer or whatever, but it is fucking hilarious. I'm not going to say anything other than just simply playing the video and commentating on it a little bit every now and then for fair use. But it's about 4 minutes long. It's hilarious. It is a must watch, and I'm going to link it in the chat after we're done. Here we go.
Sehr gut. Sehr gut.
I'm a time traveler from the year 2025, and I've come here to kill you, Hitler.
Oh, not again. I'm never gonna have enough time to finish these paintings with all of these time travelers trying to kill me.
Well, I'm going to succeed.
Before you pull the trigger,
so accurate.
Can I just ask why? Why do all of you people want to kill me?
Isn't it obvious? I'm a progressive, a liberal, a fighter for social justice. And you are a fascist who implemented a reign of terror. And while the effects of your policies devastated the world for decades, soon we will be able to take back the White House. And we will be able to use the government to force people to follow our great ideas.
You want to use government power to force your ideas on the populace. Me too!
I love it, man. He's like, wait, you wanna use the government to force people to do what you want them to do? Me too. Me too. We have so much in common. This is great, man.
That's fantastic.
What? No. Ugh. You and I have nothing in common. What I'm saying is there are people in our time with dangerous ideas, and we need to silence them.
Silencing those who disagree with you. I do that too.
I don't mean to laugh, man. I don't mean to laugh, but this shit is top. This is top tier fucking comedy right now. Silencing people you disagree with? Ha, me too. This is great.
Oh, wunderbar! Oh, the Nazi movement will not die with me.
Don't give me that. I'm enlightened, and you're as bad as, well, as Hitler.
I like how he said the Nazi movement will not die with me. That is probably the funniest part about all this.
Listen, what I'm trying to say is we are very close to implementing a utopia, as long as we can get rid of some certain undesirable people groups.
Yes, like the Jews.
Yes, like the Jews. Oh.
So in the future, you also do not like the Jews?
Well, no, but we don't believe in segregating all the races like you do. I mean, except for like graduation ceremonies. In dorms. and hiring practices. Oh, and admissions policies. That sort of thing.
I too am a fan of the segregation.
I can't, bro. I can't. This is like the third time I've seen this, and I fucking die laughing every time because it's like genuinely amazing. It's genuinely amazing, and I'm sure it's probably old, but I don't give a fuck. It is so good.
I'm sorry. I have to ask: is this a real firearm, or is this some kind of toy for fucking?
It's a flare gun. I'm trying not to support America's toxic gun culture. I'm a firm believer in gun control.
Gun control! This was one of my ideas too. Ban them from the undesirables. Yes, look here. Oh, and your shirt. This is an organization founded by Margaret Sanger. Yes?
Wait, you know about Margaret Sanger?
Jawohl, of course. Oh, she's such a lovely person.
No. She's a fighter for reproductive rights, for women's empowerment,
and the eradication of undesirable populations by means of eugenics. Brilliant lady, very inspiring. I must use some of her ideas in our socialized healthcare system.
Socialized healthcare? That's not
You know, it's so amazing that the whole Planned Parenthood thing, the woman who founded it and whatnot, like when you start going down that rabbit hole and you introduce this kind of knowledge to people who are all for Planned Parenthood, it kind of blows their mind. It is truly incredible to watch, like the synapses in the brain fire off when you tell people the history of it. It is honestly quite amazing.
your thing. That's our thing.
No, it's very much my thing. Did you know that Nazi means National Socialist German Workers' Party? Nazi is just more catchy. Nazi. Just rolls off the tongue.
No. This can't be true.
The
This has
revelation.
to be some sort of mistake. We are nothing alike. You're Adolf Hitler, evil right-wing fascist dictator, and I'm a feminist restorative justice advocate. And a vegetarian.
You're a vegetarian? Me too!
Oh man, that was the best part. You're a vegetarian? Me too.
Okay, I am so confused right now. I came here with a clear goal in mind to kill the most evil man who I've ever lived. Besides Ronald Reagan. But now that I'm meeting you in person, you're not at all what I thought you were. And your painting is actually really good. What do you call it?
I call it Ein Reich ohne Juden.
Wow. I don't know what that means, but it sounds beautiful.
It does, doesn't it?
And that's how it all begins. Holy shit, man. The Babylon Bee did an amazing job on this video. Shout out to them. I'm going to link the video right now in the chat where I got it from. It is just fucking hilarious, man. This is a great video. And it just goes to show, man. Goes to show the origin story of the psychos. I just posted it right there in the chat. So there you go. But originally it was from the Babylon Bee. So if you guys want to see it, make sure you go check out Babylon Bee's YouTube channel. Check out Babylon Bee's YouTube channel. All right, boys. That was fucking top tier. That was hilarious. Abhorrent Soul over on Rumble. This $2 super chat still has more effort than Kata actually playing a video game. I couldn't believe someone exists that's more lame than Smash JT. Holy shit. Why is Kata getting strays? Why is Kata getting strays right now? It's wild. Abhorrent Soul then gives some membership. Shout out to Abhorrent Soul. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And then we got Alucard with a 2 says so accurate. It really is. Frostfang with a 5. Lefties and conspiratards are only a few years away from beginning to say maybe Hitler had a point. I'm telling you, man, the more you know. See, this is why they don't want people to know history, because if you know history, then you can learn from it. They don't want people to learn from it. They want to just be able to tell you XYZ and then have you eat it up. That's basically it. I also forgot to mention there was a second retard of the day, ladies and gentlemen. But I didn't want to give her the title because I honestly feel like she doesn't deserve it. She's that stupid, and we all know she's that stupid, and I get that. But regardless, we still have to make fun of it. I don't know if you guys are aware, but Joy Reid just recently came out and said something that honestly blew my mind. Even for her, like I know she's retarded, but this like takes it to a whole nother level. Right, so Joy Reid decided to say the following on the air. Actually, you know what? I think I got one even better. I think I have the clip. I do have the clip. Let's do this. Let's see what this genius had to say. Here we go.
Is that if you go back before the 20th century, there were no income taxes, there were no regulations on business. You could earn as much money as you want, leave 100% of it to your children with no taxes. Right. That's the world they want back. And to get it back, they need society to change. They need people to be less modern. They need people to want fewer things.
Guys.
Holy shit.
Guys, like, I'm sorry. Wait, so let me get this straight. Let me just understand this a little bit, okay? Hold on. So what she's trying to say is that apparently no income tax, no regulations from the government, earn as much money as you possibly want and can. And apparently leaving money to your children with no taxes on that money is the world that MAGA wants. And apparently that's a bad thing. That's like what? What? Are we supposed to like run away in horror or something? Like I'm so confused here. Was she serious about this? Tebow says, sorry, my penis can only get so erect. Bro, it's like, did you hear yourself speak? Yes, that's precisely what most people want. Most people don't want to have to pay income tax. Most people want less government regulation. Most people want to be able to pass things over to their kids without having to pay obscene taxes for it. Yes, most people want those things. And she's out here saying, this is what they want. How terrible. In order for them to get that, society is going to have to change. It's like, they want society to be less modern. What the fuck are you talking about? Where does modernity come into any of that stuff? I don't know, bro. Is she retarded? Yes, she is beyond retarded. I already had said I'm for it. You don't have to sell it to me. That's exactly where I'm at. In any case, this is pretty damn insane. Pretty damn insane. But at the end of the day, this is where we're at. Where Joy Reid impresses, like, again, Joy Reid is somebody who, when I read that she said something, I immediately get ready for something stupid. But even this was beyond what I was ready for. And that's saying a lot for Joy Reid. That's saying a lot. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys because I thought it was pretty damn funny and also retarded at the same time. All right, let's get into some fucking news, boys. We had funny videos. We had retardation. Let's talk about some gaming. So Stellar Blade apparently has gotten a new update, and I still have Stellar Blade installed, so I want to check it out personally. But apparently Stellar Blade, for those of you guys who own the game, has received 3 new epilogues with the latest update for the game. I don't know if this is them getting ready for what may potentially be a sequel announcement, even though we know the sequel's already coming, but you know what I mean, like a sequel reveal or something like that. But Stellar Blade's latest update introduces 3 new epilogues to the game, along with some PC-related changes and fixes. Even more than a year after release, ShiftUp has been providing new content for Stellar Blade. Most recently, the developers teased a crossover with Silent Hill, and they'll be releasing new outfits at a steady pace as well. This latest Stellar Blade update introduces additional content, along with various fixes and changes. So again, the fact that they are actually putting out this much content is wild, in my opinion. A year plus out of this game being released on PC, it's kind of crazy to me. It's kind of crazy to me. So that's fantastic, number one. And number two, I'm excited to see what this may actually end up being. Because like I said, I still have the game installed, because I wanted to platinum this game and work on it little by little. So I'm curious to see what's going to go on with this. Anubis says, Hypnotic, that's going to take you a day or 3. Smash JT 6 months, 2 months per episode to epilogue. It's fucking hilarious. Probably, bro. Probably. All right, really quick. Apparently, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you guys are aware, but there's going to be a new Simpsons movie. I've never been a super Simpsons fan, so for me, this doesn't mean a lot. But in case there's any Simpsons fans out there, it gives you something to be curious about or excited about, depending on what it's about. But there is apparently a new Simpsons movie that is going to be coming out after almost 20 years. 20th Century Studios has announced that a new movie is set to drop on July 23rd, 2027, 2 days short of 20 years after the first movie was released in 2007. The announcement came with a simple image posted on social media with the tagline, Homer's coming back for seconds. When the first Simpsons movie came out in 2007, it was a different world, and the movie pushed boundaries in many ways. For some, it's long overdue, and the consensus amongst fans of the franchise seems to be positive in response to the announcement. Now, I don't know if anybody, listen, I'm sure the movie's going to do well because I think that The Simpsons has a level of nostalgia that people would want to go see it just based off of curiosity. But I got to be real with you. I don't know if a Simpsons movie is going to hit like it should hit in our current modern day climate, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like something like The Simpsons, the 2007 movie is not going to be anywhere near comparable to the 2000 and whatever it is, 26, 27 movie. I don't see, unless, listen, the world could be completely different 2 years from now, right? This movie's coming out in 2027, right? So at this point, the world can be completely different by now. It could be, but I highly doubt it. But you know what I'm saying. Also, I'm pretty sure Disney's behind this. So modern day Disney, I would take it with a grain of salt, But for those of you who are Simpsons fans out there, if you're excited, that's great. I'm happy for you. If you're not, then, well, that's what it is. Okay, I want to do a quick funny topic. Can we laugh for a second? So you guys know about the whole Winterboro situation. Obviously, we talked about it twice now. And for the last couple of streams, we just been kind of checking in on the Steam forums and seeing how things are going for Winterboro since they decided to ban pretty much everybody. It's not going good. It's not going good, right? So now here's what happens every time there is mass banning when it comes to the revelation of like SBI or things of that nature. Every time there's mass banning like that, you're always going to have a very small attempt at counterculture. And that's exactly what's happening here, right? You have 1 or 2 threads in here that are basically licking the balls of the corporation or licking the balls of the studio. And this one is a prime example in support of the devs. Look at what they say here. They say, don't worry, people. Don't worry. People who really care about the game will purchase it and support you because there isn't any controversy if you worked with a company demonized for the crime of being inclusive in narrative terms. Let's stop right there. I'm really tired of this false narrative, and this is why these people get shit, right? This is why these people get the backlash all the time. They try to gaslight people who don't know about the situation, and they try to claim that the reason why this company is being attacked is because they're inclusive, and that's completely bullshit. The reason why this company is being attacked is because they themselves have made it very clear that they don't like the fucking, like, the industry that they work in. They don't like the gaming industry. They've made that very clear. There has been multiple people that work for this company that have openly admitted they want to burn the industry to the ground. They want to change everything about it that people have loved for decades, and they want to warp it into whatever their version of the gaming industry should be. right? So when people naturally go and counter that, that is not a bad thing. It is not bad to have a counter to something that you are trying to do. That is where equalization comes into play. You are trying to actively silence those people and have free reign to do whatever the fuck you want to do. You believe that you have the ability to do that, and that other people shouldn't be able to criticize you or talk to about what you're doing and have any opinion about what you do. That's number one. Number two, the people who have run defense for you have openly lied about what you tried to do. The reason why people hate you as a company is not because of your DEI nonsense. You're just another dime in the bucket. You're the same as every other company doing the same fucking shit, trying to pretend to be different. You guys are all about diversity, equity, and inclusion, but there's no diversity of thought in any one of your studios whatsoever. You all think the same. You all talk the same. You all act the same. And you damn near look the same. Every single one of you has a fucking nose ring on. You got blue hair, pink hair, and you're all retarded. But that's besides the point. The reason why people hate you, or I should say at the very least dislike you, is because you tried to get someone banned for their opinion. You tried to get their Steam account taken down. You still to this day have not acknowledged that Chris Kindred was the one that started Gamergate 2. You haven't acknowledged it, and the journalists that run damage control for you have never acknowledged it. So it's because of that lack of acknowledgement, which, by the way, ironically, the same thing's happening here, which is causing backlash for the developers of Winterboro because they don't want to acknowledge it. They want to just ban people. It seems to be a pattern here, but I digress. You guys are the ones that started Gamergate 2.0 because you tried to get Kabrutas banned. You tried to get his group banned because he wanted people to have a little bit of transparency in what products are offering DEI and what's not offering DEI. Whether you agree with it or not, that's not your prerogative. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to disagree with it. You only have to just keep it moving, right? Just like you're allowed to have your opinion and do your job, people are allowed to have their opinion and do their job and criticize you and all of that. So that is the reason why people don't like you, because once people caught wind of you being the reason why Gamergate 2 truly started and journalists ran defense for you and left that part out of their stories purposefully, that is what caused all of this. That is what caused the backlash. That is the reason why it's still happening to this day, where people are covering companies like yours because you are actively using the same strategies because you guys are fucking insane. You guys are insane. You all think that you are the true definition of insanity. You think you could do the same fucking thing and somehow there's going to be different results. That's not what's going to happen. So that's exactly what's happening here, right? Winterboro is a prime example of this. It's not about, they're just they just hate inclusivity. Go suck a fucking dick, bro. It's got nothing to do with that. You know what people hate? People hate liars. People hate people that just try to suppress speech, openly ban people, right? It's no different than hating someone who shot fucking Charlie Kirk in the neck. It's no different. You shot Charlie Kirk in the neck to suppress his speech because you didn't like what he was saying. You're doing the same thing here in a digital sense where you're banning everybody without any sort of merit whatsoever. You're just banning people left and right because they are questioning things about you. They have questions and you don't even want to answer them. And then you're going to try to pretend like, well, you never were going to buy the game anyway. No, there are some people that really were going to buy the game. There are some people that would be willing to try this game out. And even if they weren't willing to try it out at full retail price, it probably would have been one of these games they would have bought for $5. It would have been one of these games they would have bought for $3, $6 on sale. You know what I mean? People end up trying games that they otherwise would have never tried if it was $5 or less. Happens all the time. So again, I cannot stand this fucking bullshit narrative from these people. And they do it all the time. They're doing it even now to this day. The journalists are still doing it. Whoever's left, by the way. I want you guys to understand the fallout that has happened from one massive lie, right? The entire lie, the massive lie that you guys told about SBI a year ago has now resulted in so many layoffs, in so many closures, in companies being sold off. It is unbelievable. There's barely any gaming journalists left. The only ones left are the ones that have been around for the longest time. Your Jason Schreiers, for example. You went from having probably 100 gaming journalists in the industry to having like 10. Kotaku was running on a skeleton crew of like 2 people. You know what I mean? And that's only because they got bought out recently. Because the data that they have is worth more than the company itself. Their email listing is worth more than the company itself. So the company got sold so that the people who are buying it can have the data that's actually valuable. They don't give a fuck about the journalists. But in any case, again, it is the pushing and the advocating of silencing people that you don't like. And then you talk in coded language. You come out here and try to pretend like that's not what you're doing. You try to come out here and pretend like you guys literally advocate on your blue skies. I see you because I get sent screenshots all the time. I see you. I see you advocating for gamers to be put down. I see you advocating for YouTubers who you don't like that speak out against this stuff. I see you advocating for this shit. You're advocating for this. And then you'll try to sit there and pretend like, well, I didn't say that. It's like, no, bro, you absolutely did. You absolutely did. So these people, again, this is why when people say we are Charlie Kirk, they say that because if it was up to them, they would kill you. They would. They would remove you and remove your voice from the world. Because they believe that if they can remove your voice from the world, that is somehow going to stop your message. And it's amazing how they don't fucking learn a thing. Because if Charlie Kirk should teach you anything, is that if you try to remove someone's voice by offing them, that is not exactly going to work. And also, just so you're aware, because you guys are fucking retarded, Charlie Kirk chose to leave his guard down. Because he wanted to connect with you on a human level when he was having conversations with you. He was willing to talk with you without glass being up, protecting himself. He wanted to be able to have that open dialogue. Other people, they're not going to let their guard down. So you could talk this big talk, you could talk all this shit all you want, but other people are not going to let their guard down. And I'm sure you know that. So in any case, let's continue reading this. These are the same people who won't care about dictatorships, countries purchasing game companies like EA or SNK. What are you talking about? We are literally, like, for the last 2 days, we have been literally talking about EA in Saudi Arabia owning the company and what it could potentially mean, good, bad, and like, what the fuck are these people talking about? They literally fucking shadowbox the idealized version of their enemies. That's what they do. In their mind, they think they're fighting the good fight against whatever they perceive you to be. It doesn't matter if that's actually what you are. It's only what they perceive you to be. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? So believe me, we love your work. We are going to support you, and these troll mobs will leave after months, like every game. Yeah, okay, listen. I'm going to call it right now, and I'll place money on it. These people ain't going to support shit. They're not going to support shit. Who is this? Let's see. And ironically, of course, this person wasn't banned, right? This person wasn't banned. This guy is on a private fucking Steam account, which whatever, you're allowed to be a private Steam account. I have a private Steam account. Doesn't matter. Private Steam account, level 0 potentially, but that's probably just because he's private. And he's trying to say they'll leave after every game. They try to have pollute with their right-wing nonsense. Of course, again, projection, right? You're trying to claim everything is right-wing. Right-wing. Oh, it's right-wing. Anytime somebody I disagree with politically has to be right-wing. There's no way there could be anything else. Like, bro, oh my God, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, you literally look stupid. They always claim make games apolitical, but they didn't look themselves about their politics. But what games are push? Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm quite pissed off that SA is purchasing EA. Dragon Age Failguard was awful, but I have hoped the new Mass Effect game would be good. Now the Asari will have 2 genders, no gay relationships, and it's going to be filled with AI slop. But why does the game about mice need a diversity consulting company like SBI that hates gamers? That's a good question. It's the same reason why we asked the question. Why was it that I forgot which? I think it was Motorfest. I think it was Motorfest. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. but I think it's Motorfest. Motorfest was that racing game that had SBI working on it. Why the fuck do you need SBI to work on Motorfest? Is beyond me. All right, like what is SBI going to do for a racing game? And again, the problem I have with believing SBI, and I've made this very clear, is that they try to pretend as if they're just an innocent narrative consultancy company, right? Anytime they're out there doing hit pieces against gamers, they try to claim they're just an innocent narrative consultancy company, right? So why is it that every time they do some sort of public speaking event, it is never just about narrative consultancy and it's always about DEI? Why is that? Why is that? You guys claim to not be a DEI company, and yet the only public speaking events that I ever see you at, that I ever see you perform, is something related to DEI. The last one I saw you in was Black Developers in Gaming, where you talked about what it meant to be a Black developer in game. Like, that's all that you guys talk about. So I don't understand how you could sit up here and try to gaslight people and say that you're not a DEI company, that you're a narrative consultancy company, but then every single event that you ever go to, every speaking whatever thing that you do is always about DEI. Always. Always. So if you want people to think you do something different, then do something different. You don't even talk about narrative. You talk about your experiences as a, black, gay, whatever. That's what you talk about. It's fucking insane, bro. But this is a good question. Why does a game about mice need a diversity consultancy company? That's a good question. How about not having any of this and selling more, though? Oh, here we go. You are telling yourself, if you really know about SBI, you should know about their work as narrative consultants. This is an SBI alt, ladies and gentlemen. I'm calling it right now. This is an SBI alt account on Steam. They're just narrative consultants, helping to tie loose ends in games, past references, and so on. About the hating gamers part, I never ever saw a declaration like that. And even if they said it, well, I'm playing video games since 1991 and hate gamers myself. Yeah, congratulations. SBI alt account guaranteed. Guaranteed. Still don't see that grifters make money from hating and boycotting too. Oh my God, I hate this shit. I can't stand it. I can't stand it, bro. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. The reason why I can't stand it is because it is so patently false. And they never asked the question about anybody else making money doing anything else, right? So it's like, okay, let me make this very clear. Somebody makes money shilling for a game and a company, and they don't actually care about that company, but they just want the access. Well, that's A-okay. Thumbs up. Congratulations. Make your bag queen. Make your bag king. Right? That's what they always say. But apparently it's bad if you make money talking against what these people do. Apparently that's bad. And who the fuck called for a boycott? Like, again, it is not hating to call out the things that people perceive to be a problem in the gaming industry, some of which have been proven to be problems in the gaming industry, because if they weren't problems, you guys would not currently be 50,000 plus laid off within 2 years. If it wasn't a problem, you guys would be growing exponentially. But the only ones who are growing are the executives' pockets, while you developers are getting fired left and right because you're being stupid fucking activists and you think your companies actually give a shit about you. When they don't. It's only the executives that are getting lined in their pockets, and you're over here like, congratulations, little fucking Antifa retard. Congratulations, now you can go on the unemployment line while you wait for your next job. It's like, what are you talking about, bro? What? I cannot stand it. The amount of envy is insane, okay? I want to be very clear. The amount of envy is insane, and people's egos will never allow them to admit this publicly because they don't want to. But the simple truth is that the envy is rampant throughout the gaming industry, throughout the creator content space. The envy is rampant. You have YouTubers that are shills that are angry that the people who are speaking out against the industry are making more money than they are, and they don't fucking like it. So instead of sitting there and admitting that their content perhaps could get a little bit better and perhaps they could entertain their fans a little bit better, they lose their fucking minds. They get overwhelmed with envy, and then they point the finger and want to call you a grifter because they don't know the meaning of the word. And then after they misuse the word, they don't just want to sit there and admit that they're coping and fucking seething because they thought and were taught the entire time that in order to make it as a content creator, you have to shill for the mainstream like the mainstream gaming industry. Otherwise, there's no way you can make it. And then over the last couple of years, it's been proven that that's not the case, motherfucker. But they don't want to do it because they already shilled. You can't turn your back on it. You can't bend over for Sony. You can't bend over for Xbox and take it up the ass and then all of a sudden start talking out against them. You can't do that. It's so fucking stupid. I can't stand it, bro. Just sit there and admit that this is all you think about. Sit there and admit that money is the only thing that's on your mind. Because it is, motherfuckers. We know it is. You don't go there and shill for a major corporation unless you're looking for something to gain from it. So you look and you project and you point to other people who are just talking to their communities every day and entertaining them and hanging out with them, and you count every dollar they make and you say, well, they're grifting. Motherfucker, you're grifting. Mr. Oh, I support you. I'm a real supporter, but hey, maybe you could get me a free code. Maybe you could get me a free code. I don't really want to spend my own money. You know what I mean? Like, can you get me a free code? You're the grifter, motherfucker. You're the grifter. But you'll sit here and pretend like everybody else here is because you project. That's all you guys do. You project nonstop. You're so fucking jealous. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. I don't think I've ever once in my entire career as a YouTuber ever thought about what somebody else was making. I never looked and thought about what's like, how can I take from someone else? How can I dislike, I guess diss would be the word, or how can I like talk down about them so I can lift myself up? That's crazy, bro. Get better. Get better at what you do. Entertain people, make them laugh, have a good time, and shut the fuck up. And then you're the first ones to be like, these guys don't play games. Motherfucker, do you have proof that you play games? And no, I'm not talking about your 200 hours playing NBA 2026. I'm so sick of the fucking envy that's running rampant in this place. I really am. I really am, bro. Every goddamn fucking post is always calling this person a grifter, that person a grifter. They don't even call me that anymore. I'm just fucking venting at what I see in the general like creator content space on YouTube and obviously from the gaming industry, from developers and whatnot. They speak very vague. They speak very general. They don't want to name anybody, but it's like, it is so sickening, bro. It is so sickening. I look at some of these content creators and I see them fucking seething, melting down and coping and calling people grifters and all this shit. It's like, you guys, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck? Are you seriously that worried about what people? And then they're like, oh, but you're rage peddling. You got to keep the rage machine going. Bro, this is why I say that people fight idealized versions of whatever's in their mind of their enemies. So if they think that all you do is talk about bad stuff, then that is what they're going to stick with. They don't actually watch your content. They don't actually know what you talk about on a daily basis. They don't realize that you have a gaming fucking channel, that you play video games and review games. They don't realize that you have a manga channel where you talk about the love of your books and the love of your collection and your manga and shit like that. All they talk about is, I think you're a rage baiter. I know that you make money on YouTube. I hate you because you make money. It should be me. I'm the one saying the right things. You're the one saying the wrong things. Why do you have the viewers? Why do you have the money? Why do you have the followers? How did you get to 100K? You're so lucky. It's all luck. Like, bro, shut the fuck up, bro. Shut up, bro. Anyway, sorry for that little bit of a rant. It's just, you know, it's amazing to see what the content creation space has become, where you can clearly see that people who didn't make it doing content that they thought that they can do because everybody else was doing, they didn't make it, so now they're angry about not making it, so now they want to blame you and say the content is bad. It's like, no, bro, don't blame the content. Don't blame the other people. Blame yourself. If you tried to do a certain kind of content and you failed, blame yourself. Don't blame me. Don't blame anybody. Blame yourself. Blame yourself. It's your fucking fault. Some way, shape, or form, it's your fault. Figure it out. Anyway, I don't even know where that came from. I don't even know where that came from. Holy shit. God damn. All right. Anyway, yeah. Let's move on. Yeah, so this Steam forum is blowing up big time. Blowing up big time, and they deserve it. They deserve it. So you could sit up here and try to pretend as if Winterboro is so innocent, but the truth is that they had an opportunity. They had an opportunity to come out here and say something. They're choosing not to, and through their actions, it's pretty clear that they don't want to, right? And I didn't let me see. I'm gonna refresh this really quick. Let's see. Ooh, a bunch of threads just disappeared. Look at this. And you know, again, I want to be very clear. This is how you know the ideology is in a certain direction for this game. Because if you notice, a lot of the Sweet Baby Inc. threads are getting deleted. But look at what's not getting deleted. In support of the devs, another woke right mob. Wow. Apparently, we're the woke right mob. Seriously, is it hard for the woke right dummies to not harass developers because they want to work with another group? If y'all don't like it, just ignore the game and move on with your lives. Trust me when I say nobody here will miss you. But thanks for giving me the idea to recommend this game as a response. It's like, okay, first off, this game is not going to do numbers. We already know that. So let's stop pretending as if it is. Second off, it's not harassment to ask a very simple question. Hey, Winterboro, we notice you guys are working with a highly controversial group known as Sweet Baby Inc. Okay. Can you elaborate on your relationship with Sweet Baby Inc. and what they potentially might have done with the game so that we can make an informed decision? Yeah, that's not happening, right? Meanwhile, these are the same motherfuckers that will go on Twitter and they'll be like, oh, they didn't give a fuck that EA got bought out until they realized two things. Number one, EA got bought out by the Saudis. So they're like, oh my God, my gay shit's going to go away. This is problematic. Well, who cares? You just said the same thing. Why are you going to harass the people who bought the company? Why don't you just ignore it and move on with your life? You don't need to play any of the EA games. We could have the same exact reaction. Just ignore it and move on. And then they cared about it again because what's his name? I forgot his name. Donald Trump's fucking son-in-law, whoever. It's like, who cares? Just ignore it and move on. That's it. Ignore it and move on. But they never want to do it, right? If they are angry at something, they have the right to complain about it nonstop. If we are not happy with something, we don't have the right to say shit. And that is the world that they want to live in. They can go suck a dick. They can go suck a dick. No matter how much they try to silence people, it will never happen. You can get rid of one person and there will be 100 people. There will be 100 people out there saying the same shit and getting the message out there. In any case, let's move on. Let's move on. Let me catch up on super chats really quick. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. Uncle Ron with a 5 says, you think if they wanted to get rid of someone truly evil, they target Mao Zedong? Yeah. Well, it's not about getting rid of anybody truly evil. It's about getting rid of people who you just don't like hearing. Audio pollution for 2 months. General sentiment of most people is that they would rather be left alone to live, but Dems are too stupid to accept that. Sounds about right. Wrap the Kratos with a 5 question. Why did America break away from England? These people. Good question. Angels of Destiny with a 999. If you partner with SBI, you get what you deserve. I'm done giving the benefit of the doubt. Ain't no way the studios don't know what they're getting into, especially now. Oh, yeah, they definitely know what they're getting into. Not only that, it's like you guys are paying money to SBI to cause you controversy, which blows my mind. It's like you are willingly and knowingly. It's one thing to partner with SBI before it happened. Because like I said, with the whole Tales of Kunzera thing, he partnered with SBI before the backlash happened. But where he fucked up is he didn't say anything. When the backlash happened, you know, Abu Bakr didn't say shit and his game tanked. It is what it is. He got felted for that, right? But now everybody knows what's going on, right? So you are paying SBI to literally bring you controversy at this point. You are willingly and woefully doing that. And then on top of that, you're doing it as an indie studio that probably doesn't have the funds to really hire these people in the first place. What made you think you needed them for this game? What made you think you needed them for this game? You fucking stupid. Anyway, Uncle Ron would have 5. My question is, if these games are so good, why do they flop as hard as they do? It's because they don't have a pre-established IP. I've said this all the time, and I will continue to say this. The amount of confidence that these people have when it comes to talking shit from their game usually comes from a pre-established IP standpoint. You only ever really see them talk this much shit when it comes to a game like Spider-Man 2, for example, or God of War Ragnarok, any kind of game where they weren't around for the first one, or basically they weren't around for the iteration that made it famous, but then they suddenly joined on the second time, and the sequel ends up bombing compared to the first one, but because it sold a couple of million copies, it's still considered a success from a financial standpoint, even though it's really not. But they're like, well, look at us. Wokeness obviously doesn't always tank, because they joined in on a game that was already going to be, it already had a built-in fan base. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's where we are. We got Hypno's dog with a 5. Dad, can I borrow your credit card? No. Found a cute girl on OnlyFans who really likes me. I wish to shower that poor cracker some good cheddar. You feel me? That's insane. That's insanity, bro. Holy shit. Pete Drake with a 2. True. Bought some games for 99 cents. Just try them. Nice. Yeah, man. Steam sales are happening right now. Go get yourself some games, man. Hypno's dog with a 2. Her name is Alice Merchati. We get married. Looking forward to Mashallah Effect, though. I heard EA is going to make a new flight sim game, too. Oh, my God, bro. Jesus Christ. On the card with a 5. As a black man myself, I would just like to say, call me when SBI is filing for bankruptcy and other illegal corporate stuff. Fair enough. Backbone with a 5. Hey, Hypnotic, why do orphans don't play baseball? Because they can't find home.
Holy shit.
Well, there's that. Ben with a 10 blamed James Lindsay for the woke right thing. He had come out with a tweet talking about that. He and Carl Benjamin had an X fight about it, if I remember correctly. The latter is a veteran of the GG Wars back in 13. Shit. Why am I not surprised? Shout out to Ben, man. Thank you so much for that 10. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. Let's go over to Rumble really quick. We got Torino with $1. Can we get Steam stats for numbers of accounts permaban from a message board? Just go public with the count. Oh, I don't even know if you can, to be honest with you. I gotta imagine at this point, considering how fast they've been clearing out this forum, there's definitely hundreds. I gotta imagine there's hundreds. Like there were so many threads in that forum talking about SBI, and they were all getting banned. So at this point, I'm sure it's hundreds. Torino with $1. What the hell is a woke right? Isn't woke a left thing? They're using words uncaring of their meaning. I mean, they do this all the time. They do it all the time. They constantly use words. They misuse them. They don't use them properly. The meanings are never what they think it is. Grifter to these people is simply the following. You are making money talking about things that I don't like, so you're a grifter. That is it. That is literally the fucking meaning. Because when you ask them to break it down about how you are swindling people, they can't actually do it. Because then they have to say, well, I think that you don't mean what you say, which is a terrible fucking argument. Because you can't sit there and say, I think that you don't believe what you say. Because that's your fucking opinion. That doesn't make it a fact. So that doesn't mean that someone's a grifter because you think that they don't agree, like they don't actually like what they or whatever they say. It doesn't make any fucking sense. We got Deadeye's Lock with $1. Democrats cry Trump is a fascist so much they sound like single moms losing their child support privileges. Holy shit. God damn. That's crazy. Abhorrent Soul just dropped a 5 membership banger over on Rumble.
Let's get some fucking subs, bitches!
Shout out to Abhorrent Soul. Thank you for that, bro. Kratos Raptor with a 2 says SBI equals put a chick in it and make it lame and gay. Sounds about right. And then Anti-Federalist Payne with a 2. Don't expect much piff. The Saudi fund investing in EA also owns Uber, which is so gay. They practically require drivers to keep dildos glued to the seats and require rainbow cards to be a driver. God damn. Dildos glued to the seats is fucking crazy. That is crazy, bro. Holy shit. Shout out to Anti-Federalist Pain. Thank you for that, man. Wow. You got Hypno's Dog with a 2. Can confirm Alucard is the whitest monkey I know. That's crazy. Alucard with a 5. Why do women suck? Because it's better than hearing them talk.
Holy shit.
Hypno's Dog with the 149 super sticker. Thank you so much. Alucard with a 2. Damn right, Hypno's Dog. Are you having a conversation with yourself? Flip Shazam with a 2. Well, what's an OnlyFans account? Is it a grift? Bro, I don't even know at this point, man. I don't even know. Tiger King with a 489. Salim's real fuck up is blaming everyone who didn't buy his dumb game racist. That's not something you just pretend didn't happen. I think his biggest fuck up was using his dad as a means to try to like quell criticism for the game. I think that was a major fuck up. Major fuck up. And honestly, yes, he did. I believe he did kind of try to make it seem as if it was a racial thing. But I think it was the fallout around it that made it seem more racial than it actually, than Salim did. Because you had typical people like Mighty Keith, for example, that were trying to push this whole like, oh, look at these fucking racists. How can you be okay with these racists? You had all these people who don't actually give a fuck. They were out there on Twitter trying to call us racist and shit. Meanwhile, guess who played his game? Guess who played his game? Guess who actually reviewed his games? Like, they don't give a fuck, bro. When's the last time you seen Mighty Cuck play Tales of Kinzera Zao? Did you see Mighty Cuck play Dead Take? Did you see him play any of that? No, of course not. Of course not. It's all fucking talk, which is why I don't talk to these people. I don't associate with these people. I don't even give them the time of day. I know that there's other people that do. I know Smash JT likes to fuck around with them sometimes. I know I know people play the Twitter games a lot more, but I just don't give a fuck because I know that they're all full of shit. I know that they're literally all full of shit, and I just don't care. The only thing that's important to me is hanging out with everybody every day and making sure my videos get done. That's it. Do my live streams, do my videos, and log off for the day and never think about these people ever. So that's basically it. Tanya Raven with a 2. Burger King requires fingerprints to work register. What? Burger King requires fingerprints to work register? Oh. I feel like I'm missing something there. But thank you, Tanya Raven. I appreciate that, man. All right, we are fully caught up everywhere, guys. Thank you so much again for the insane support as we tried to get to 461 tier 1s in a row. And hopefully we get lucky, get to 150 tier 2s in a row. Let's do this really quick. There is a horror game that I found to be decently interesting that I wanted to share with you guys today. This one is called let me see. This one is called, is it Steel Krill? I think it's Steel Krill? Something like that. Interesting little horror game, almost Fatal Frame like with the whole camera mechanics and whatnot. And considering we have spooky season coming up literally tomorrow, I figure why not? Let's check this out.
Emily? What? The hell?
That was creepy. That was awesome. What the fuck? Nice. Oh, I'm sorry. The 18 Attic. I guess Steel Krill is the name of the developer. Whoopsie. That was fucking sick. That was sick. Any more? Coming soon? Yeah. Yeah, no, that was pretty cool. I like games like that, man. That reminds me actually of Dead Take. First person. You know, that was pretty cool. So the game is called The 18 Addict. I'm gonna wishlist this right now. But this looks fucking sick. I love this, man. Hypno just pissed himself. It takes a lot more to do that. That's horror games don't really make me scared anymore. I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm dead inside, but again, doesn't mean I don't enjoy playing them. I love the atmosphere. It seems like it all takes place in the attic, though, so I feel like this is going to be a very short game. I don't know how they're going to be able to extend the game long enough if you're only playing in an attic. This is probably going to be one of those shorter indie games that are just like, it's a good experience, but it might be for like 3-4 hours and then be done. So we'll see, but I definitely want to see more. So I'm gonna be wishlisting this and following up on it and seeing what's going on with this. But that was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool trailer. I'm excited to see more. I'm dead on the outside too. Yeah, for sure. T-Jap for 452 says this is tier 1. This is all. Thank you, T-Jap. Holy shit. We are now officially at, that's awesome, man, 461 tier 1s in a row. Now we are trying to get to 150 tier 2s in a row. Thank you, T-Jap. I appreciate that, man. Really quick, Silent Hill 1 that Blooper team has been working on is officially in full production. They are going all in on Silent Hill 1 now that Chronos: The New Dawn is out and has been, out for a little while now. So Silent Hill 1 is being fully produced. Obviously, very curious what they're going to do with it. I'm sure they're going to tone down the horror, because one of my consistent criticisms with Blooper is that they know how to make a game. They know how to create a game. They know how to make an atmosphere. They know how to make it run well. They know how to make the gameplay fun, but they just don't make scary games. They play very safe with their horror. And I feel like we might end up getting the same thing here. But, at this point, Angel Destiny said, I'm surprised it didn't start with this, the first one. Yeah, I mean, they started with Silent Hill 2 because Silent Hill 2 is the more popular game. So they wanted to start with that and get a foundation and then move on. But again, just to be aware, I heavily enjoy Chronos: The New Dawn. I think Chronos: The New Dawn was fantastic. I had a great time playing that game. Truthfully, it has its issues, obviously, but overall, it's a solid 8 out of 10 for me personally. Thoroughly enjoyed that game. Just finished it the other day. And that solidified for me that they do know how to make a game personally. But I just wish they would get better at the horror because they over rely on the typical horror tropes. Like they do the jump scares. It got so ridiculous towards the end of Chronos where they did like 5 jump scares within probably 2 minutes. It was fucking nuts, bro. I'm like, what are you guys doing? But aside from that, like the gameplay, the atmosphere, the story, like it's all pretty good stuff. So they definitely need to work on doing better horror. That's what I feel like Blooper Team needs to do now. They got everything else in the bag. They got great sound design, music, all that shit. They need to get better at actual horror if that's what they want to be. If they want to be a horror developer. So we shall see. We'll see how this goes. But Silent Hill 1 is not the more famous one out of the bunch. Silent Hill 2 is definitely the more famous one. So I'd be curious to see what the numbers for a remake of 1 would actually be. So we shall see. We shall see. All right. Really quick, let's X that out. Gotta X all this out. Hold on 1 second. Simpsons movie. Where we at? 35. Let's do the Game Pass story really quick. So Game Pass, again, I'm not in Game Pass ecosystem. I'm not in Game Pass's ecosystem. So for me, it's like, this doesn't affect me, but I still wanted to talk about it because I know a lot of you guys use Game Pass. So I wanted to pass off this information. But there's a post here from Wario64 over on X. And it says Microsoft Rewards, starting on October 1st, users will no longer be able to directly redeem reward points for Xbox Game Pass subscriptions. Users will need to redeem points for Xbox gift cards to cover the costs of a Game Pass subscription. This increases points redemption by at least 6,000 points for 1 month of Game Pass Ultimate. So, very interesting. Very interesting. According to this, it looks as if they are going to basically be increasing the requirement to get a 1 month of Game Pass Ultimate by about 6,000 points because that's the only way that you can get a Xbox gift card, right? So, very, very curious how all of this is going down. A lot of people are angry about this. They are not happy about this. There are people that, they're saying they're canceling their Game Pass. Like this person, Dan Kupi, says, I had a good run. Subscription expires July 14, 2026. So, again, not great timing myself. Looks like my $1 run for Game Pass has come to an end. It was a nice run. This is going to be affecting a lot of people. I would be curious to see what this is going to do to Game Pass's numbers. We already know that Game Pass has been, what's the word I'm looking for? Has been foddered by a whole bunch of fake subscriptions through multiple different like GPU collaborations and whatnot. I think that at this point, this was inevitable. It really was. It really was. This was inevitable. It was only a matter of time. This was going to happen. This person says that's almost contrary enough to just make a person want to say no. I don't need any online services to get back to playing offline and local only games like it's over 3 decades ago. RIP to Game Rewards programs. First, the gold coins get nerfed from Nintendo. And then the PlayStation Stars program gets scrapped. And now this. Apparently, doing this while also telling people earlier in the month to save their points for October sale is diabolical. So apparently they were telling people to save their points for the October sale. Yeah, I guess that didn't work out that much. Reminder, when you use the gift card you earn through reward points, you actually earn more reward points. Double dipping. This further cemented my Bing Rewards efforts going towards a PS5. Why is Xbox doing everything in their power to get rid of their own users? I don't know. Makes you wonder. So, again, guys, if you are an Xbox Game Pass user and you were utilizing reward points to get Xbox Game Pass subscriptions, you will no longer be able to do it, and you will now have to get a gift card that is going to cost you 6,000 more points just to get 1 month of Game Pass Ultimate. So, this is where we're at, man. Game Pass always has its pros and cons. Always has its pros and cons. Let's cover Smash JT really quick. Smash JT is getting fucked with again by Collective Shout or Collective Gout, however you want to call it. He made a post and he said, breaking, Collective Shout has now filed 4 more defamation complaints and blocked these videos from being able to be viewed in Australia. Now, if you guys missed it the first time, Smash JT had one of his videos about Collective Shout taken down due to defamation. You can make a defamation claim on YouTube. It almost never works unless you are from a country like Australia, where defamation is basically saying hi the wrong way at this point. Which is why YouTube is only taking it down in Australia. So those Collective Shout videos are being censored. Smash JT's videos are being censored in Australia by Collective Shout. And just like what happened with No Mercy, where Collective Shout got that one game taken down and they got a hard on and then they decided to go after everything. It's the same thing here with videos, right? So they got one video taken down in Australia by Smash JT. They realized it worked. And after they realized they worked, what did they do? They went crazy and now they're taking down multiple videos. And by the way, I am pretty sure they are taking down Jay Viper's videos as well. Other people's videos, like they're taking down people's videos in Australia because they can't control the conversation anywhere else. They can't control the conversation in the US. They can't control it anywhere else. They can only control it in Australia. So it's considered a win for them. If they could convince YouTube to take it down in Australia, that at least stops them from being in trouble in their own backyard. Even though they really won't be in trouble, let's be real. I mean, they basically are in the pockets of the government over there. But he says the irony, one of the videos is Collective Shout just blocked by video exposing them. Now they're censoring content about their own censorship. This isn't defamation at all, and I'd argue it's YouTube's job to determine that either. It's not YouTube's job. These are evidence-based informational videos. I can do this dance all day long, Collective Shout. You really want to go down this road. And as you can see, every single fucking screenshot is the video getting taken down in Australia, and it's because of a defamation complaint made to YouTube. Jay Viper says, absolutely ridiculous attempt to silence critics by these hags. Makes videos showing things Collective Shout said. We didn't say that. Defamation. Tosi says leftists will say anything to shut people up, including murder. Yeah, well, we know that's true. I'm going to like that. We know that's true, especially now more than ever. So, again, at this point, this is what they're going to keep doing. I'm sure they're not going to stop. I'm sure they're going to keep going after more videos about Smash JT and other people as well. And all this does, and I want to remind them, all this does is prove that you're afraid of what people have to say. You're afraid of what people have to say. You don't like what people have to say. You want to silence them. That's it. But unfortunately for them, they can't silence him everywhere. I'm sure they would love to. I'm sure if they could, they would try to take it down in the United States, but they can't because they're in Australia. So that's why it only works in Australia. All right. Shout out to Smash JT for that. We got, let's see. Okay, good. We're all caught up. We are all caught up, ladies and gentlemen. We're up to the last topic. Flip Shazam with a 2. And Frank played in an attic. That's crazy, bro. And Frank, oh my God. Oh my God. This guy said, and fucking Frank. That's insane. That's insane. Holy shit. All right. We're going to do the final topic of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it done. We've been having an amazing stream. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate your support. I sincerely do. Love hanging out with all of you, man. And also, I just want to give a special shout out again to Bud. He's a viewer of ours, longtime viewer. The man is finally retired. He's earned it. Today was his last day. Shout out to Bud, man. I'm so proud of you, man. You have no idea how happy that made me, man. To hear you successfully retired, man. So congratulations to you. That's fucking awesome, dude. All right, so we are going to be covering Avalanche Studios. We're going to be covering Avalanche Studios. We're going to be covering the layoffs. We're going to be covering the game cancellations. We're going to be covering my prediction because I made a video about this all the way back in June 5th of 2024, which is fucking crazy. We're going to talk about their connection with SBI because that's obviously very important. And yeah, we're just gonna cover this particular situation and see what's going on here with Avalanche Studios. So, because again, they fired 10% of their workforce last year, and I think they suffered another set of layoffs recently, but it's not enough. And now they are basically damn near shuttering. I mean, they're gonna stay around for a little bit. They're gonna have they're gonna be laying off employees in Malmo and Stockholm, but again, if it didn't work the first time, why would it work now? It's not going to work now. This studio is going to fully close. It's only a matter of time, and they're basically hemorrhaging at this point. But you know what? It's whatever anyway. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So in today's video, we have a follow-up on a story that I did last year about a company called Avalanche Studios. Now, Avalanche Studios is a studio that has worked with SBI in the past, even though they have tried their best to try to hide it from the public. We have screenshots that we're going to go over in today's video, showcasing that they have, in fact, worked with Avalanche Studios and SBI in the past. And now it looks like the initial layoffs that happened last year, which was about 10% of their workforce. Unfortunately, it seems like, as predicted in that video, that it's not enough, right? This was never going to be enough. They are still reeling from their failures, and they are most likely going to be closing down their doors permanently, right? So it says from PC Gamer, 2 months after halting work on its latest project, Just Cause developer Avalanche is closing its Liverpool studio and laying off employees in Malmo and Stockholm. Avalanche, which halted work on Contraband following Microsoft's massive layoffs in July, says the closure and cuts are necessary in light of current challenges to our business and the industry as a whole. Now, I've personally played pretty much every Just Cause game. They're literally stupid fun, right? They're just meant to, like, you log into the game and you just blow shit up, and it's literally like stupid fun, and that's it. It's not really a game that's meant to be taken super seriously. But unfortunately, they just flew too close to the SBI sun at this point. Not quite 2 months after Avalanche halted work on its 1970s smuggling sim Contraband, seemingly fallout from the massive wave of layoffs and cancellations imposed by Microsoft earlier in the year, Avalanche has announced the upcoming closure of its studio in Liverpool and layoffs at its remaining operations. In light of this is their statement, in light of current challenges to our business and the industry, we have thoroughly reviewed how to best ensure Avalanche Studio Group's long-term success, the company wrote. Now, again, I want to be very clear. If they try to lie to you and tell you they never worked with SBI, this is a screenshot and a recap of what SBI's website used to showcase before they hid everything, because SBI tries to hide everything now. They don't want people to know who they work with, especially when it comes to like a AA, AAA studio. They don't want people to know. So this screenshot proves that Avalanche Studios Group was, in fact, being utilized by SBI. On top of Square Enix, too, by the way, Ubisoft, all these major studios were, which is why we continue to call it up. But in any case, they were here. And it's funny, man. I made a video. This is my video. When was this? This was June 5th, 2024, about a 10% firing of their staff. And I remember saying in this video that they were going to get felted. It was only a matter of time. They were going to close down. And here we are 1 year later, and that's exactly what's happening. This review has led us to the difficult conclusion that we must make changes to our staffing and locations. As a result, we are proposing to close our Liverpool studio and to initiate a collective consultation process as required by UK law. This will impact all Avalanche employees in Liverpool. The changes will also impact our other studio locations in Malmo and Stockholm, where we will reduce our workforce and restructure the teams to address our game's needs. This will be Avalanche's third studio closure in just over a year. In June of 2024, Avalanche closed its offices in Montreal and New York, which, again, if you have a company, a gaming studio that has a studio in Montreal or New York, chances are they're probably woke as hell. Let's be real. They're not exactly, lacking in terms of ideology. Them working with SBI makes a hell of a lot more sense, especially since if they were in Montreal, they're right next to SBI. That's their neighbor. Of course, they're going to work with them, right? It's pretty much a given at this point. But that put roughly about 50 people out of work at the time. A studio representative declined to say how many people are being let go as a result of this particular latest round of layoffs. Now, what I will say is that if 50 people were let go at about 10% of their workforce in 2024, I would guarantee that this new firing is in the triple digits. If they're closing down Liverpool completely, and if they're firing people in their other 2 locations, this is going to be a massacre. This is a bloodbath. There's no doubt about it. And it's guaranteed to be in the hundreds. Avalanche has a number of well-known games to its name, including the Just Cause series, Mad Max, and Rage 2. By the way, I feel like Rage was such a missed opportunity. I played both of them. Okay, I didn't play the second one very much because it was garbage, but I played the first one pretty extensively. The game was okay. Like, it was just okay, but it was always feeling like it was lacking. And then the second one was so bad, I could not even bother playing through it. But you know, I wouldn't really call it like a well-known series, but again, it's up to interpretation. But its only in development project, according to the studio's website, is or possibly was Contraband. Announced in 2021 with a brief, vibes-heavy cinematic, Contraband promised a co-op smuggler's paradise set in the fictional world of 1970s Bayern. Now, what I will say is that Contraband was a game that was on SBI's website as well before they took all of it down. They had all these games listed as games that they worked on, and they took it down. The only screenshot I have is showcasing them working with the studio. But I'm telling you right now, I would 100% remember Contraband being on their website, and they took it off because they just want to hide everything. I mean, look what's happening with Winterboro right now. Winterboro is banning everybody right now because they don't want anybody to talk about SBI. It's fucking insane. And then after that tease, though, the whole thing completely fell off the radar until August, when Avalanche announced that active development has stopped completely while they evaluate the project's future. No mention of Microsoft was made, but multiple reports said that the call was made by Microsoft as part of its sweeping cuts in July, which saw roughly 9,000 people put out of work, multiple project cancellations, and the closure of Perfect Dark developer, The Initiative. The indirect impact of those cuts have been felt elsewhere, including at Romero Games, which was forced to lay off employees after it lost funding for its new shooter project, and Crystal Dynamics, the co-developer of the canceled Perfect Dark reboot, and now apparently at Avalanche as well. So, again, guys, at this point, I find it a little bit ironic and also a little bit hilarious that all of these studios are closing down. A lot of these studios that are closing down have some ties to SBI, whether they actively work with them or they worked with them in the past. And yet the one company that remains alive and active with no problems whatsoever other than Backlash is SBI, right? Isn't that kind of, I feel like that's so ironic and funny that this company that everybody knows is pretty much a death note for almost every studio that works with them. They're perfectly alive and well right now. Now, granted, they get felted every time they come out in public, but still, at this point, I just find it ironic that they're alive and everybody else is dying. So again, guys, they can blame the conditions. They can blame the market all they want, but we all know that's not what it's about. We know that Avalanche has made some bad decisions, just like most of these studios have made some bad decisions that have resulted in just way too much money being spent. And because we live in a world where Donald Trump is president and US aid has become basically non-existent at this point, that money that these studios were relying on to subsidize their failures is no longer there, right? And in Canada, they still have subsidization. In Canada, a lot of these studios and a lot of these diversity consultancy groups, they're still getting government money. So that is allowing them to continue to do what they do every day and get subsidized for it. That's not happening here anymore in the U.S. With the USAID money going away, it's pretty obvious what's going down. The moment USAID shut down or the moment that money went away, all of a sudden, these studios that were clearly not making money for years, that were clearly hemorrhaging money and having way too many developers, all of a sudden, they all start closing down. They never mention why they're closing down. All they do is blame market conditions. But we all know why they're closing down, because they were getting subsidized every fucking day that they were alive. So I find this to be very interesting. And like I said, I made a video about this a year ago, and I felt like it was proper to follow up on this and realize that, hey, this is exactly what we said was going to happen. The studio is closing down. The other two locations they have are basically damn near almost non-existent, and it's only a matter of time before they close down as well. So you guys let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about this entire situation with Avalanche? Are you happy to see them go? Are you sad to see them go? Because again, I like Just Cause. I think Just Cause is really fun. It's stupid, but it's fun. So I would be sad that, you know, that's never going to get another sequel. But hey, I mean, you get what you fucking deserve at this point. But in any case, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you enjoyed it, consider hitting that likes and subscribe button. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Yeah, I think for me, man, like Blackguard is pretty spot on. I'm kind of indifferent on it, but you know, it's like, yeah, I'm sad there's not going to be another Just Cause game, but it's not like I'm going to be able to. It's not like I can't go through the rest of my life without having another Just Cause game. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's whatever. It's fine. It's not a big deal. All right, boys, let's catch up on the super chats if there's any. Let me see. Let me scroll through Rumble really quick. I didn't look on Rumble. I think we're caught up though. Hold on. We are caught up. All right, perfect, guys. Listen, thank you, everybody, again. For the amazing support. I sincerely appreciate it. If you're not going to be joining during the Waifu Battle, join me every day, 9 p.m. Eastern. We stream every day. We talk about video games, good, bad, and ugly. And that's just what we do, man. That's what we do. And let's get into the Waifu Battle. Let's try to close out the stream strong. We're trying to get to tier 2, and it's the last day of the month. Let's see what we could do. Let's have some fun. Let's bring out the waifus, and let's party, man. All right, boys. The Waifu Battle is here. Now, if you guys missed the last Waifu Battle, we had a bit of a shocking turn of events, okay? It was a bit of a shocking turn of events. We introduced a gacha waifu, and in typical gacha fashion, she started off not making any money, and then all of a sudden, she fucking just went crazy. And Chang Li is now, from Withering Waves, the Waifu Battle champion. It was kind of hilarious, to be honest with you. But here we are. So we are going to now get into the rules of engagement before we bring out the challenger that's going to go up against Chang Li. Rule number 1. All super chats during the Waifu Battle can and will count towards a particular waifu. But the only way that it's going to count is if you put the name of the waifu in the super chat first. You got to put the name first. If you do not put the name of the waifu in the super chat first, then it will not count. It does not matter how big they are. Hypnos Dog for 2 says, can you spookify the waifus for Spooky Month? Not with the way you acting. I don't know. We'll see. Rule number 2. You can vote for any waifu regardless of who's on the screen. It doesn't matter. You can vote for the champion, who is Chang Li, or you can vote for the challenger, who you're about to find out. It doesn't matter who's on the screen at the time. Last but not least, after the second waifu comes off screen, I'm going to do a 30-second countdown. After that 30-second countdown, no more super chats are going to count. It does not matter how big they are. The last super chat that shows up on my screen will be the one that counts. So please, if you are going to vote, vote early and vote hard, ladies and gentlemen. Do we understand the rules? We definitely don't understand the rules. Let's be real. When's the last time we have ever understood the rules? Sincerely, when's the last time? I don't know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a brand new waifu. We got a brand new waifu, man. We got a brand new waifu gacha champion. So I feel like we should bring out a brand new waifu challenger. This particular waifu, holy shit, she is stacked, boys. She is stacked. Hopefully she can do us well. Otherwise, well, we're gonna get fucked. All right, boys. The challenger that is going to go up against the one and only Chang Li is going to be the one and the only Kaguya from Super Robot Wars. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start the clock and let's see who is going to win. Is it going to be Kaguya or is it going to be Chang Li? The names are on the bottom. The names are on the bottom. Let me know who your favorite waifu is today. Hypnos Dog with a 2, hashtag old man cat. Thank you, Dad. That's crazy. That's crazy. We got Anti-Federalist Pain with $1 says, I'll miss attaching enemies to jets in a chain, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. SBI must die. Shout out to you, Anti-Federalist Pain. Thank you so much. We got Toradol starting us off with a 10. Chang Li, whoever, for the memes or something. Shout out to Toradol, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. That's a 10 banger for Chang Li already. The Gotcha Waifu is in the lead. It's in the lead right now. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's see who is going to win. Yes, we have finally a Super Robot Wars waifu. Yes, finally. Finally, we got Mr. Melancholy with a 2 Kaguya because damn, bricked. Makes sense. Makes sense. Ali Kusanagi with a $10 banger says Kaguya bricked. Holy shit. Toranol with the 10 for Chang Li is still in the lead, but barely. Chang Li is still in the lead. Still in the lead. Let's see who's gonna win. Scooby Pub says Kaguya's thighs don't lie. Damn. Well, hopefully she pushes a little bit harder. We're trying to get to tier 2 here, Kaguya. Come on, Kaguya. Come on, Kaguya. Reaper Knight says I could sense a sniper for that. Maybe. Perhaps. We'll see. Barnabas says Biolty Wolf is lurking. Don't get comfy. Biolty Wolf is gonna behave today, I have a feeling. So I wouldn't worry about that. Cyrite Joku says, bro, Super Robot Wars is goated. There you go. Reaper Knight says Kaguya is a S rank waifu. Not according to these super chats. Not according to these super chats she is. She's a little quiet, man. She's a little quiet. Oh my god, bro. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my god. What the fuck? Mr. Rouge just dropped a $500 Red Boy Ultra Mega Hyper Banger for Kaguya. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. I don't even know what to say other than it's time to bring out Chang Li. Listen, I've seen some crazy comebacks before. You never know, but holy shit. Holy shit. Mr. Rouge, where you been, brother? Hope you've been well, man. God damn, man. Fucking A. Alucard with a 2 says Kaguya all night long. Bricked. Killer joke, but I figured she wasn't allowed near the attic or the stairs or, well, water, Helen. Water. What the fuck? I like how that $500 Red Boy made Mr. Rouge immediately go to number 1 on the leaderboard. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my, I didn't even see this, bro. I didn't even see this. Oh my god, Biolty Wolf. What the fuck? Biotee Wolf just dropped a $100 Red Boy Hyper Banger. He says, Kaguya Nanbu, the ninja princess. It is canon in the game. She first came in her chest is 100C. Holy shit, man. Mr. Rouge and Biotee Wolf are literally like double penetrating Kaguya right now. Mr. Rouge says, missed you all. Hey, missed you too, Mr. Rouge. Shout out to you, bro. I hope you've been good, man. I hope you've been good. Welcome back. It's good to see you. Have you been buying games for yourself on Steam, man? It's a Steam summer sale, bro. Go buy some games. Shout out to Biotee Wolf, man. What a fucking legend. Holy shit. Everybody's scared now. Everybody's literally scared now. Nobody wants to vote for Chang Li. Nobody wants to vote for Chang Li. Everybody is scared. It's so sad. It's so sad. Holy shit, man. Colonel Rub with a 5. I take a coffee break for a few minutes and Mr. Rube nukes the chat. Yep, sounds about right. Sounds about right, yep. Hey, Chang Li needs a couple of votes, otherwise she's gonna get banned. You can't just let her right out there to die. Dark Magus with a 5. Kaguya. I like Excellent more, but she's not out here and Kaguya is. Props for having an SRW waifu. Love that series. Shout out, man. Thank you, Dark Magus. Hypno's Dog with a 2. This episode is sponsored by Mr. Rugstein's Bank. Mr. Rugstein's Bank. Oh my God. That's hilarious. Anti-Federalist Pain with a 5. Chang Li, Kaguya's titties look like balloons. There you go. Big balloons, though. Alucard with a 2. Chang Li, Kaguya both, and all-you-can-eat buffet. Shout out to Alucard. There we go. All right, she's getting a couple of votes, so she won't be banned. Ryan Jansen wants to ask everybody in the chat right now, what are you guys even doing right now? This is weird. This is weird, apparently, guys. This is weird. This is weird, ladies and gentlemen. This is weird. It's weird. Brosip says, what the fuck? $500 banger? Yeah, bro. We got a $500 banger for Kaguya. I think Chang Li is done, but I guess we're gonna find out. We got the final countdown. We got the final countdown, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And as expected, ladies and gentlemen, as expected, that is going to be it for the waifu battle. There was no more super chats that came in during the final countdown. So mods, let's feed the duck. Let's feed the ducks. Count it up. Count it up, man. Holy shit. God damn, bro. What a crazy waifu battle. Hypno's Dog with a 5. Mr. Rugstein. He comes in, says shalom, drops a red boy, and leaves. Nothing else said. No, Mr. Rouge is doing the right thing. He's checking Steam right now for games he's going to buy himself. Because of Steam autumn sale. It's the autumn sale, baby. Damn, Chang Li, I'm so sorry for that level of violence that you experienced. That was violent. That was violent, man. Between Mr. Rouge and Biotee Wolf. That was violent. God damn, bro. I haven't seen something like that in a while. Usually there's some pushback, but there was no pushback. People were like, you got it. What a debut. Yeah, that's a hell of a fucking debut. That's one way to show up in the waifu battle. Apparently, it was such a crazy debut. It made some people uncomfortable. Sucks to be them. She got double teamed. Yeah, I would say that. I would say that. In spectacular fashion, by the way. All right, the numbers are in. Turn off the music. Oh my God. That's almost ban-worthy, bro. That is almost ban-worthy.
Holy shit.
That is almost ban-worthy. Oh my God. Chang Li with $17. Chang Li with $17. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. Ouch is an understatement. Especially after how she did yesterday. Oh my God, dude. That is a Scorpion moment. Yeah, dude. That's bad. That's bad. Oh man. Oh man. And then Kaguya came out with $476.58, which means the winner and the new Waifu Battle champion is none other than the one and the only Kaguya, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it one more time, ladies and gentlemen. One more time. Let's go. I don't think anybody is coping and seething. Vardamus says, has anybody never gotten a vote before? That's happened like once or twice. Not very often. I don't think anybody's coping and seething, but we're going to play the song anyway.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
And that is going to be it for the Waifu Battle, ladies and gentlemen. Kaguya is going to go backstage, where she will face off against another waifu tomorrow. Hypnocast, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. Guys, tomorrow's spooky month, man. We're beginning a brand new month. Brand new waifus. You never know what's going to happen. It's an amazing time, man. And like I said, it makes some people uncomfortable. You know, it made Ryan uncomfortable. That's unfortunate for Ryan. Hopefully he finds joy in his life. Hopefully. We'll see. Highly doubt it. It's spooky month, man. I'm excited for October. We're going to have some fun. On Griffcast, we're going to be playing nothing but horror games. It's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you guys stick around for that. If you're not watching Griffcast, go join us over there. It's going to be badass, man. We got... Hold on. Biotee over the 2 Kaguya, plus I was the one that first suggested her. Well, there you go. You made your point, you legend. Hypno's dog with a 5, Mr. Rothstein. He comes in, says, oh, I already read this. Biotee over the 2, call me Halkin because I just hit the jackpot. Nice. Nice, Biotee. Let me see. All right. No, we're fully caught up. Perfect. All right, guys. Listen, thank you so much again for all the support this month and every month. I mean, you guys are amazing. I sincerely appreciate it. Shout out again to Mr. Rouge, man. That was a legendary job, brother. We missed you. Super chats or not, man. Come hang out with us. Have a good time. We've been covering a lot of shit lately, man. And thank you everybody for liking the stream, commenting, spamming the chat, super chatting, gifting memberships, all that. I appreciate it. And shout out to the Hypno Mods for doing what they do every single day. I appreciate you as well. But I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay to the end for the raid. And I'll see you in the next one. Until then, go be bigots and go be gooners. Bye.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men. And I got news for you. That means you get.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Her dog, or her cat, was named Vagina. Vagina. Vagina.
Put a ticket in, make her gay. Fuck Indiana Jones, put a ticket in, make her name is gay. Fuck Indiana, put a ticket in, make her gay. It means put a chicken in a queenie and make her fucking gay. Fucking pronouns! Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day California shit! Cause that's all we fucking know! Cause we're boring! We're so fucking boring! Twitter hole! Twitter hole! Get it right!
At the touch of the black man, I bring life. 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 That's right!